Hey, what's up, Major Maggot? I just slurred that. Hey, what's up, Major Maggot? Welcome back to Blender. Welcome back to the P stream. It's P stream number 2. I think I recorded half before when I made this guy. This little mini map. Um, so I have really wanted to make this scene that I have in my head, and I have it as a really stupid, crude drawing. So I'll put it on screen because I don't know if you'll be able to see, but that's what I want to do. That's what I want to make. I have this whole thing about like maybe a film that I want to make, but it's really hard to describe. And I feel like that drawing to me, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But it's just nonsense. Um, so we're gonna use this as the setting, the cave that I made. Um, I've just changed some of the lighting, like I used um this environment texture and I just turned it down really low. I have ray tracing on just because like this looks trash, but I like this looks good, and I put like a little light, so I might do that around the scene. There's so many like little working pieces that I have to make. I hope my mic isn't like peaking because I had to reset everything because I bought a microphone. I actually bought a microphone, but it needs an arm. I tried everything that I could to make it work, but it needs to have an arm because I make way too much noise on the table, like using a laptop and my mouse, and I feel like maybe I should have learned a class of how to use a mouse. You know, they do like typing classes. Oh, sorry, I'm fidgeting. Um, because I'm just always like smacking my mouse around. So, so just something on my screen. I don't. I'll get an arm next week. I was gonna do it this week, but I've got too much shit going on. I've got Metro Comic Con. Sorry, it's not Comic Con. This weekend. So basically, this is my last day. Oh, scheiße. What did I just do? Hello. What just happened? Hold on. Oh, it's there. It's just my view changed. Alright. Fall back in. Um. Yeah, we've got that this weekend. We got to set up tomorrow. And then full weekend of that. Um. I've just gotten through my financial review because I'm on a business program at the moment for business things, and I've survived. And having to take my business seriously means there is so much work to do, so much admin, so many things. And I still want to fit this kind of stuff in, which is why I wanted to do Patreon. Whether or not it becomes like a good outlet for like the business in terms of money, I don't know. I still just want a space, even if I just do free content. I don't really care because I want to fit doing this kind of work into my everyday of um full time doing my art business. Um Even though this is the kind of art that does not make money. This is just something I enjoy doing. And I'll be going back to do studio as part of my master's course next year because this semester I'm still just going to do a theory course. So I've got some more time to kind of develop some stuff. And that's where I'm at. So this scene that I'm thinking of, there's all these different little working parts. So we've got this environment. I kind of want to add some more layering to it. So I have I think I made a copy of it. As you can see, it's kind of like clipping in. So, so funny. What I wanted to do, I might just make it a little bit bigger for a sec, and add a different texture to it, like another flesh texture. Um, okay, you can kind of hear my mouse. I'll need to fix that. Because Because I made this one that like I sort of sculpted them and made it like these two different textures were sort of clipping through each other, which I know is bad for games and things, but I really like it for this. So let's pull that up. I don't know if it's totally obvious, but now that I'm getting it. Ooh, that's new. Is it? That looks new. What's that one? Ooh, I haven't seen this one before. Ah, fucking never logged into anything. But this has been like burning inside my head. This this thing that I wanted to do for a week of being too busy to sit down and make stuff. Yeah, I want to see what this one's all about. I was going to do it yesterday, but then I just like had a big non-verbal day. There's too much to do, too overwhelmed. Happily though, like in a way, not happily overwhelmed, but happy that um things feel like they're kind of kicking off. Just having a look through the rest of them. Hamburger. Um, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Now that I'm getting help and eating and things, I have energy. Crazy how food gives you energy. Who would have thunk it? I'm back at it again with my monster smoothie. I've actually gotten through it a lot easier today, so all right, I want to look at this. I've never seen this one before. Let's let it load. Ooh, ooh. Okay. It looks like hamburger meat. So weird. What's going on? Oh, what? What? Who? Who did this? What am I looking at? I'm also not wearing my glasses. My eyes are watering so much. Ugh. Oh, my eyeballs. Oh, I just don't want to put them on because they're fucking pissing me off today. Oh, my eyeballs. No. Leaky balls. Okay. I'm just gonna have to because my eyes hurt. What the fuck is going on? This. Okay, I'm just gonna take the displacement off as one thing. Okay. It's so weird. What the fuck? Oh, hold on, let me hide this guy. Ugh. What the fuck is happening? Well, I want to do something with it, but you can see how slow my computer's being now. What the fuck? Holy shit. I don't know enough about nodes and textures to like comprehend what this all is. There's just so many things happening. I feel like this is more complex than a texture should have to be. The fuck? Oh no, that's probably why everything's slow. Jesus fuck. I don't know if I can use this, but I'll have a look at it. It's so strange. Hold on, I'm just gonna go in here, see what we're looking at. Ooh, it's too dark. The light's just doing like nothing. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be the vibe. I feel like I just got like clickbaited by this. This looks so cool. But maybe I'll figure it out for something else because that's quite cool. Who made that? It's like intimidating because I don't know what's going on with it, but is there a name for someone that's made it? 555 NKT. Okay. I feel like it's rude to like use the textures and not show who it is. Because people make these. So okay, we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get rid of that. So oh, it's still got the. Oh, maybe that's why. Because I haven't actually put the modifiers on. Maybe that's why it was shit. I don't know. For now, we're not going to touch that. I will try to use that for something that's pretty cool. Air slime. The fuck? Getting distracted. But yeah, I've been putting off working on this because I just wanted to get like stuck in and spend a whole day working on this thing. Mostly because it takes me so fucking long to choose what I'm doing. Um, what was I looking? Oh, maybe it's not in this section. I think it was in blood. Speaking of blood, I had a hectic nightmare. I won't really get into it because it was pretty awful, but I've realized um that if I sleep in, I get nightmares. Like that's the only time that it gets specifically bad. Because I got up. If I get up in the morning and then I sleep too long after that, like if I have an hour or two, um, even if it's less than that, I still have immediately just nightmares. Um, whoa. Let's do shading down here so I can have a look at it. Sorry. Mm, just gonna see how I want to situate this. I'm not sure if this is the one I wanted to use, but alright, so the way that I want to mix them, because I've kept it, I haven't added the modifiers because I wanted to expand the map, but I think for now it's fine. I don't need to make an enormous thing. So, because you can see it's still in like the square mode so that you can add more if you wanted to. I think we just leave it like this. I can always just save a copy in case I want to do that. Copy. Or literally just have a copy of the thing. Alright, so we're gonna apply. Oh shit, no, I did that. I didn't realize it added. Okay. Okay, let's. No, did I do that already? It's just like adding the extrusion. Okay, maybe that. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So now it's got all the little squares. You could probably do more, but I want to make it enough that I can sculpt it. So I might need some different views because I'm going to do this in sections. So if we're here, so we can just put that way. And then I don't know where we are. We're about somewhere in this section. Oh, you know what? I'll add a camera so that I can actually see what my view is. Camera. I also gotta change this issue. Clip start, clip end. Can we just like extend that? Yeah, there we go. If you want that like fogginess to go further away, especially with a bigger scene, you just press N and go to view and then just expand or lessen that one. It just pushed it back so that my view doesn't get obscured. It's like a rendered distance or some shit. Alright, where's that camera? Hello. Okay, you are here. Down. Why are you locking? Just gonna set it up. I'll probably put the drawing up somewhere, but if I can try and explain a bit. There's a couple different elements, like the bits that I'm excited about is like I guess, opening up this project where in the work that I've been doing in my master's, I think a lot about like queer codes, queer languages, and then also thinking about internet language and meme and different things of the way that we communicate, and considering that idea with glitch feminism by Legacy Russell, where they say um, something about like becoming indecipherable, and I was really interested in that, like that concept of being abstract, being indecipherable to the cishet, and in that being a body or being bodies that are indecipherable, that, you know, in like very simple terms is like when people um like this is it's very gross but like being an non-binary person, I'm not making sense, but sometimes when you're viewed as either femme or masc or androgynous, and how that confuses people, and they have this like fucking obsession with being decipherable, being something they can comprehend and understand. It's like, for what? What is happening here? I don't know what happened to my view here. Um, the gross thing being like the obsession with genitals and sex, like determining sex and gender and seeing that as one thing. What the fuck has happened? Genuinely, where am I? Okay, hold on. I saw the cursor there. There we go. Okay, I just want to be closer to the module. And it's like, why the fuck does any of that shit matter? Seriously, like when I'm like fully covered up and dressing mask, um, I notice that people look at my crotch. Like, I don't know if other people notice this. It's like, is there a penis there? Is there a vagina? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Um, so on that like really basic level of being, I didn't. Some of the characters I was making, I was sort of trying to create this idea of androgyny, and I don't think that's it. I think that what I want to make is, I think, like I said last time, about making monsters, making. Sorry, not out of frame. Just having my heat pad was burning my ass. Got a heat pad on my friggin' spine because it hurts. What's I saying? Yeah, creating indecipherable bodies doesn't necessarily have to mean creating androgyny. Um, and because I had someone even ask me about the way that my work changed and saying that, like, oh, I thought that you were trying to, I thought that you didn't want them to be like female or male. And it's like, I don't want them to be that. I think that it's, if that's the reading you're getting from it, then that's, I guess, what you get from it. But it was because the figures I was trying to do before were like androgynous, but I realized that within that, there's already this inherent bias that happens um, between thin and thick bodies. And I think that's what started to change things a bit. Um, so it's kind of interesting delving into changing like the body types I was using, just because I didn't know how to work with thicker bodies in 3D space, like digital space. I was still learning that at the time, and so I was just using these like tall, lanky bodies that are really thin because that was just the easiest thing to do. But um, see, I love this. What's happening? I know that's not what like it's not good when that happens, but I like the little glitch. Okay, need to come back to what I was doing. Um, okay, we are here. So yeah, that's the one I want. Um, yeah, it's interesting that the way that their reading changes. And I was just using those bodies because it was convenient, but it's not what I was going for. But obviously that's like a reading that people were getting quite clearly, that like the choice of using skinny bodies changes the reading. I think that goes for every facet of what you're using, but yeah, I found it interesting. It was also like the way that I was doing the characters' hair and what they were wearing. Like I created more obviously mask bodies wearing typically like feminine items and long hair and things. Um, just because I thought that was vibe. And yeah, again, it was this thing of like people started trying to read it as like, oh, so I guess they're female, or I guess they're doing this. It's, I don't know. But anyway, coming into thinking about body horror and trans theory and queer theory and the way that I want to put those together, as well as like the reason that like sci-fi seems to be um, a big theme in exploring queerness and transness. This idea of like the transhuman, the post-human. Um, yeah, no, I lost my train of thought. Something in there. That's where I'm at. And but figuring out specifically like body horror and um, the idea of multiplicity, the multiplicity of beings and of digital space and being multiple avatars is specifically what I wanted to make at the moment. Is playing with the idea of a game film or a game where you're switching in and out of different avatars and different types of bodies. And I don't just mean like your conventional ideas of types of bodies, I mean like forms that aren't necessarily human either. Um, so I don't know. Something's happening in my brain there. That's my point. It's hard to describe, but I'm trying to get better at describing what I'm doing because I haven't quite made it yet. So I think that's why I'm like trying to figure out. I've done nothing right now. Let's go into sculpt mode. Which way is that? That's out. Because I think if I can go to the camera, where's the camera? Where's the camera? There. Okay, now I was in the right place. Um, okay, so we're here, and we're gonna try to. So is that visible? Yeah, here we go. Just kind of wanna. Don't know. I think it's just coming through in bits. It's not quite it. Uh, that's outwards. It's not what we're looking for. What does that do? Blob. That's out. No. Yeah, it's not coming through exactly what I wanted, but we'll see. It might be because we need to. Yeah, hold on. Let me just change that back. I think I'm going to subdivide it again. Subdivide. This does slow down the computer. So I'm trying not to do too many, but enough that we can shoot smooth. Let's see if that changes it. Yeah, it's a bit smoother. Make the size a bit bigger. Yeah, it might not be exactly what I'm going for. I was just trying to see if I could. Yeah, I want to make this like weird amalgam body. Oh, hold on, let me change the camera view. I like the way this kind of starts to look like when you change the scale of the textures, it starts to feel a bit like PS1 textures, like that pixelated kind of things happening. Camera, that's what I was doing. I'm just gonna change it to 12 so I can actually see what I'm doing. Ugh, my stupid pain today, it's pissing me off. Just trying to avoid taking any pain meds. Not any, but just like stronger ones, because I don't know if I'll have the capacity to do things. Maybe let's. Ooh, no, that's not what I meant. Oh my god, this. Fuck, I just wanted to have a look at. Go back to that. Yeah, like making some bumps. Should probably change that. So there's a lot of different things I want to make. I just sort of wanted to set up the flesh environment at the moment. And then there's some avatars I want to make. There's also the big like amalgam body that I want to make. Um, sorry, it's a bit. Oh. Sorry, pain sucks. What else was there? It's the bodies. There's like the. So I don't know if I'll do it. So I would like to, but is making the like piping these like flesh things and tubing around the environment. Which because this isn't too big, I can probably do that. Because I tried to do it for like a really big labyrinth and it was taking way too long. So we'll see. But also trying to allow for larger projects, not just something that has to be smashed out and take my time. This is looking a little bit phallic. This is a raw penis. I have the lighting on to see what that looks like. I mean, there's no light in the scene much here, but I had the thought when I was thinking about this scene that this would be like something between like phallic and vaginal, that like the shapes are in a way phallic and like the veins and shit. And then this like combining of the textures and forms in the way that I'm doing here is like this is the endo growth that I suffer with. Do you know what? Maybe that is what it is. No idea if anyone would read it that way, but that's what I'm thinking about. Um, so let's sharp draw. Oh, you know what? I should show. That's why things are a bit slow. I forgot to take that off. Just for now, we don't really need that on. So I'll probably do the same with the other tunnel so that it's not just this like flatness and this pushing in, but instead like um both sculpted forms, but we'll just start with this one for now. Yeah. I used to just make environments instead of avatars and things, but it's fun seeing the way that this has come back together. Um, might end up just speeding through this because it's not that interesting to watch. In one of the crits that I had, there was people which was kind of like it proved my point and also um makes me want to make it worse for them was people having like pearl clutching moments about some of the stuff I make. Um but it was some music that I'd made and this like video install and the text didn't match like the lyrics in the songs, but so it wasn't much lyrics in the song, it was more just kind of club music. But it was for a work called Suck My Feminine, and it was sort of like references to queer memes and reclamation of clear queer slurs, and just kind of meant to be fun. And like I found it really fun, other people did, and then some people were like, "Oh," about it. But they were saying that they wanted things to be more like something they could understand and clearer for them. And it's like the point is that it's not to these like cishet people. So it's kind of funny, and they just didn't get that when I explained it either. um, and wanting to delve more into that of this like, so I want the characters to have like interactions and conversations, but they speak through memes. Because I feel like that's the thing with I guess a lot of us. We do that. Um, us youngins, not that young anymore, but um, whoop, um, yeah, that looks a bit better. Um, yeah, a bit like brain run, just sort of. I guess I really like bringing humor into the work as well. I did that the wrong way. Where like it would be humorous people that get it, and then confusing and frustrating for people that don't, and that's the point, and that's fun. So, and it makes sense when I make it, I guess. Um, but I have some ideas of like dialogue between them, and within that, I'm gonna start learning motion capture. Um, very like lo-fi version of it, not like a studio quality situation. But I will share that when I get to that. That'll be one of the parts of this project. For now, it is environment time. I'm having my angsty playlist today, so we're listening to Breaking Benjamin and Flyleaf. What else? Mainly them. Oh yeah, the dream I had. I don't know if anyone wants to hear it 'cause it was kind of weird. Um, a lot of them just end up having to do with like death and gore and stuff. I wonder why. Um, but the one I had last night or this morning actually, was really gross. I don't usually experience smell in my dreams, but this one was a lot to do with smell. Um, so in real life, I'm having problems with my room. The studio here, this room's nice and dry and warm and fine. I used to have my bedroom over here, but I switched over. Um, and to the other room and my brain. Um, it's like I don't know because it's got this like enormous window in it, which is nice, but it's making the room very cold and damp. I think we're kind of trying to test out whether or not it is just the cold or if it is like something's not sealed correctly. I don't know. Um, but I've been very stressed about because I got a new bed for the first time ever. I've had the same, it's really gross. I've had the same mattress since I was like 10 or 11. I don't know. Poor. Can't really. But finally was able to get one. And so I got myself like it's cheap, but it's really nice quality. And huge. Got a king mattress. I'm very excited about that. Um, do recommend this one very, very highly. And I'm worried because of the moisture issue in that room, if it'll ruin the mattress. Because I'd like to keep this one for a while, if I can, ideally. And so I think because that was on my mind, I had this dream about there was like something soaking in my mattress. Like it was this like gross kind of like browny liquid, like when you think of like sewage water kind of thing. And it was constantly like leaking on one side of the bed. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It's so gross and it stunk so bad. Um, and that was just like a recurring thing through this like normal, everyday kind of deal dream where it's just like daily life or whatever. But then I'd be like, fuck, it just stinks. I don't know if I can sleep in this bed. Um, and I'd keep trying to clean it up, but it just kept coming back. And I was like, why does this keep getting worse? And I guess if you don't want to hear the rest of this, click out or skip. I'll put a thing of when I stop talking about this disgusting thing. Um, and at some point, I was able to, in the same way that you would with like a doona cover, like unzip the mattress. It doesn't actually have this, and like open it up so I could see what was inside. And strangely enough, there was no springs or anything in it. So I guess that's not how mattresses work in my dream. It was just like open, nothing in it. Um, and there was a decomposing body in it, and it was awful. And I opened it, and the smell was fucking unbelievable. I've never smelt that, but that in my dream it was really bad. And I was horrified. And apparently, I had killed this person. Um, and it was yeah, it was like thoroughly decomposed. It was really gross. And then the rest of the dream was trying to figure out how to dispose of it and being very stressed and grossed out. And it turned out that this person was actually a witch. um, no shade on witches there. Um, yeah, really gross. And I think I just need to not sleep in because otherwise I have really fucking awful weird dreams. Um, I think I want to connect more of it. Yeah. Like this one. Sorry. Yeah, I might not have to do the tubing thing if I can just connect some of this. That might be enough stuff. So I want to have, like what I was working on before with like a character sort of strutting through this flesh labyrinth and then ending up at, I kind of want to like fuck around with doing um sort of weird camera movement and angles, kind of like Virtual Fighter 4. If anyone's ever played that, apparently it's like making a resurgence. Oh, hold on, let me go to YouTube actually. Um, yeah, it's something that we got. Ooh. Okay. Something me and my sibling got in like a op shop or a cash converters or something was a copy of Virtual Fighter 4. We fucking love it. So if I can, yeah, I won't put any sound on, but if I can show like the camera angle stuff, like I love the menus and the sound is fucking cool and everything about it is just amazing. I love it. But it's the camera, yeah, this sort of like the scene setting stuff of these like dramatic camera movements and angles, and that's what I want to go for with this scene. Um, so yeah, I'll probably just speed through this because this is going to take me a while, but I am going to be working on this shit all day. So I'm very excited. We're back. Took a little break. Did a little walk. Oh. Okay, so that's all set up. I'm just in like the main room thing. I will fix a light to the camera so that wherever we go, it'll have this kind of light. It does have ray tracing on it at the moment, and I added a glare node. So this is what it looks like when it renders. It's like a bit sparkly and glowy. I might add more light so that it's like more sparkles happening. That's the kind of vibe I want. Very into the glitter gore aesthetic. And I want it to be bright but still have this kind of contrast in it a bit. All right. So, hmm. So I want to do the main room, but now I'm wondering if I should go with doing the the character walking and like the camera and whatnot. Maybe we'll do that. I really do want to set up the main room though. So I thought it would be like a little pit, which I guess I could try to make. Maybe I will. I didn't. Which one am I selected on? Yep. Okay. Did I add that? Yeah, I did. I just haven't sculpted the other flesh one, which we might just leave it maybe and keep it like this. I feel like it's fine. Um, yeah. Maybe I'll sculpt it. I will do that. Okay. Just a little bit in the main room, I think would be good. So we've just got to subdivide this a bit. Just be careful so it doesn't crash. One more. Yep, that should be plenty. And then I'm just gonna sculpt mode. Oops, no, not that. I'll turn the ray tracing off for now. Just want to add a little bit of dimension to this. Not gonna do too much. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I want to do too much right now. Because I kind of want to do like a pit in here, but I don't know if it'll work. Might just leave it and save. So I don't really know what the amalgam looks like outside of this like sketch I did a week ago. Um, we can try out some things. Unless I should do the other one. I feel like it's part of the setting. Maybe I should just. So, hmm. How do I want to do this? So I might just have to put in like a stand-in body of like how big it'll be. Because then it'll have like all these things sort of hanging through, which is why I made that little bit so that it's like hanging down with like tubing and things. And then all these like computer structures. I reckon we just do something. So I'm just gonna go through. Might just hide everything for a sec. Where are we? Hello? Am I upside down? Where am I? Huh. Oh, there. Okay. Sorry, just fucking around with the view. I'm gonna have a look at what characters I have, or if we want to make different ones. I made a couple. So we just need a static body. Could always make a new one. Let's have a look at some files. Nope, not that. I made one for the hair tutorial, so maybe we'll just use the body from that. Because we're going to be like pulling it apart and Frankensteining it, and we're going to make something else. It's just sort of like the base body. And I don't want to use one of the characters, like the avatars that I'm going to have walking around the scene. This is like a stationary body. But I wanted to have some like moving parts and things. I think it's taking a while because it's loading an old version of DAS. I don't know why. I figured I have two of them installed. This doesn't really matter which one we're using right now. I just kind of wanted to see. Go with this guy. just wondering if I need to. Yeah, I mean, we might as well just separate things. I'm probably not going to use this head. Just making sure. Oh shit, what did I just close? Actually, don't go out. Nope. Maybe go to this one and have a look. No bum. Is it opening? Okay. I don't know if I wanted to have clothing pieces. Kind of like the idea of like the amalgam wearing a bunch of bikinis. If we did that one, where did that go? Well, maybe that won't work with you. Hold on. I'm just gonna open the other one. Let's open that 6. It's a bit quicker. I kind of want to not have to edit the piece streams, but I might have to just because I'm sort of all over the place. So much loading. Okay. What am I doing? Maybe we'll just make a new body for this one. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's make a new one. Let me just go with the generic. Oh. Make it really tall. One of the forms I really like is sort of that like typical sci-fi body. I'll see if I can get like a picture up. Give me a sec. So we're on Pinterest. I have a problem with one part of it. This is my inspiration for this. What I'm making and for sort of my general projects. It's like a cyborg figure that you see a lot in sci-fi of like seeing the spine and things and like, like internal shit. What am I saying? Where is this? I'm gonna find it. It was someone's drawing I saw recently that I had on here that I was like, I like this, but there's something I want to do with it. It's kind of like if you've ever read Blam or Blame. Blam's kind of not something you read, but you look at. Like, there's a lot of visuals, but they're so cool. Oh, it is right here. Okay, so this, if I can I zoom? Nope, it just makes it fucking tiny. Hold on. This kind of thing where like you're creating this cyber where you have like the body, but there's like appendages like extensions from the body, but also seeing the internal. Well, my problem with it that one, obviously like the obsession with skinny bodies on everything. Um but that I want the torsos there. And so I thought about an inversion of this where it's a bunch of torsos connected by this like spinal and also like fleshy appendages between them, and then connecting it to hands and a head or heads. Um but something in there. That's what I'm thinking of. So we'll make a body. I might zoom through this, like editing, not me zooming because I don't zoom. Just to make a larger body.